Welcome to Piano Video Lessons, Chording with Christmas. Today's lesson will be the First Noel, easy chord version.
We're going to play the melody in the right hand, and I'm going to teach you how to play chords in the left hand. If you haven't done this before, don't worry, I'll show you everything you need to know. In order to participate in this lesson, you do need to know how to read music. So if you don't already know, you can check out my note reading crash course, and it's just linked up here in the info card in the top right corner of this video. And if this lesson is too hard for you, but you still would like to learn to play the First Noel, you can check out my beginner version, which only needs you to know your finger numbers and the piano key names in order to be successful, and also that is linked up here in the info card corner as well. The last video we did was Silent Night. You could go back for that one later, and coming up next is Oh Holy Night, so make sure you subscribe for more video lessons. You can also get the sheet that I'm using at pianovideolessons.com. It comes in a package with the easier versions as well, also linked in the corner. So, chords, you say. The melody of this piece is all written on the staff in the treble clef. And we'll just start there on E. Moving on up. You can use any fingering that you like to make this comfortable. And obviously that's the melody. Now the chords are beginning with the C chord. So in the key of C, our primary chords are the C major chord, C, E, G, the F major chord, F, A, C, and the G major chord, G, B, D. So these three chords are used primarily in C major. C major chord is here, C, E, G. You can play the notes C, E, and G in any grouping, in any position, anywhere on the piano, and it's still a C chord. So the beauty of the C chord is that it's not simply the stacked triad of three notes. Then the same thing is true for the F chord. The F chord is the notes F, A, and C. You can simply play it in a stacked pattern like this, or you can change the arrangement, put C on the bottom. You can play just F in the bass and a full F, A, C in the right. The sky's the limit, really. Anything you can think of that uses those notes is a good way to write an F chord or a chord in general. Then we have the G chord, and the three notes of the G chord are G, B, D, and you can see these chords are all built as stacked thirds. And again, same rule applies. Any amount of notes played with G, B, and D is a G chord. There's only one more chord used in this piece. These are the three chords we used in Silent Night. And in the First Noel, we also use one of our secondary chords, and this chord is E minor. And the chord E minor looks like E with a small m, M standing for minor, is formed using the notes E, G, and B. And it sounds minor. You can hear the difference. It has a solemn sound, or a relaxed sound, or a dark sound. These other ones all sound like, almost like they're introducing something. But the E minor, it's a little different. You can hear that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off playing the melody here with E, D, and when I come into this first full measure, it has a C written above it. So the only thing I have to do there is play the note C or some of the notes of the C chord with my left hand. So beginning the melody here on E, I could just hold that C chord until it changes, and here you can see it's written as an F chord. So I've just played the C coming down, and then above this G, you can see there's a C written here, so I'm back again. And on line 2 now, I've got an F chord and a C chord. And no change. So I just hopped up for a G chord there. Sometimes that's too much. You could just play a single G. You don't have to play all the notes of the G chord or of any chord. The most important one to play is the root or the bottom of the chord. So I've made it to here on the music, but I'm going to go back over this now because that was very uninteresting. When I played in the intro, you notice I was playing more notes. What I was doing is this pattern. I'm going quick, quick, long, quick, quick, long. I'm doing that on the C chord or doing that on the F chord. And I'm doing it once in each measure. Now, when I got to the section that said G, I really did just play the note G because it's just super quick on one beat. So from the beginning, how that works is I went down and then C, and I did that full broken chord in the left hand, and then on this long G, I did the same thing. Now here, you can see I did 2 notes and then together. So 2 notes together, and then quick, quick, long. Quick, quick, long. Quick, quick, long. Quick, quick, long. G, quick, quick, long. And that's not the only way you could do that. You could just play fifths. You don't have to play the middle note. You could have This is the beauty of playing from a chord sheet. You get to make it up. Then just a G. The other thing you could do is you could expand the distance that you're reaching. You could play a whole, like, from C to G and back up again. So I'm still leaving out the E in this chord, but I'm reaching up an octave and having 2 C's. So I could have same thing on the F chord. I've just reached all the way up the octave. Conveniently, my finger was already over G from doing this little pattern in the left hand. And sometimes what's really nice is to shake it up a little bit and use different versions of the left hand options within the piece. So I could start off with that triplet and then just do those 2 notes. And then a triplet and then just 2 notes. And then a triplet and then one of those big reaches, and then a triplet. Now I could even do that's tricky. Well, it isn't really, it's just big. What I did was I started off with that reach of a fifth, and then I came over to do E, G. So it was bigger than before. Same thing on F. So F, C, F, E, A, C. So there's my big reach, and there's my root position F triad. So I'm coming down, and then I could just do the short version. Sorry, sometimes I can't play and think at the same time. We're all human. And now here's that E minor chord. So it's just E, G, B. I did it in its basic position there, and then up 1 to F, C, and there I did a big arpeggio. That's called arpeggiation. We are arpeggiating the chord. So I did C, G, C, E, G, C, and then I'm on the last line, and then a C chord. Solid at the end. So that's just some examples of how you could play these chords, but truly, as you're learning the beginning of this, it's fine to just play it in root position until you really get used to those chord progressions and all of the feeling that comes along with that. So at whatever level you're at, focus on learning the notes of these 4 chords, how they feel into your hand, and the different ways you could play on those chord notes in the left hand, and then just coordinate it in together while playing the melody in the right hand. Alright, so as I told you before, the information tab here in the corner has everything that you could need to find, and if you please click like if you liked watching this video, give me a comment in the comment section to let me know what else you might like to learn, and subscribe for more piano video lessons. Thanks for watching.